Hello, neighbor. Alicia Dolan here at Creating in My Corner. I'm so glad that you're joining me for tonight's card class. As you can see, I've got little bits of things scattered all around, and we'll get started in just a minute. I'm just going to wait and see if anyone else joins us. Tonight we will be using the Trucking Along stamp set again. I really love this, and it's one of the few sets that I've already bought for Christmas. And we'll definitely be using some dies, but we're also going to use this really pretty paper. This is another piece for later. But I did want to tell you about this paper. It comes from a pack called A Walk in the Forest. And this paper is, well, first of all, it's really cute. It's got little bears and trees. It's got some holly leaves and some fur. And the back sides are really cute too. But what I really wanted to tell you about this paper is that it's part of Stampin' Up's Give Back campaign. And so for every pack of paper that's purchased, Stampin' Up will donate to a local charity. So this year, I believe they are donating to, I think it's Toys for Tots. I did look it up once, but I can't remember exactly what it was now. Let me see if anyone is joining us. Oh, okay. It looks like we're live, so that's good news. I am. Okay, hold on just a second. Gonna do my best to watch out for your comments tonight. Hi, Kim. Okay, so here is what we're gonna do to get started. Now, some of you might recognize this if you have seen recent videos, but tonight we're gonna make a gift card holder. Card is our first card. So first you're gonna need a piece of cardstock that is 4.5 by 11. 4.25 by 11. Sorry about that. And I will send out the measurements in the email I send this week. So if I misspeak or if you miss them, then you can sign up for my email and you'll get a copy later. Okay, it looks, my little wheel is spinning, so I don't know if that means that we're still live or we're not. Okay, I'm just going to keep going and hopefully you can see me. And if you can't, make a comment. I am trying something different tonight. I usually post my videos through Zoom, and I am trying to stick to a different budget. And so I'm trying to post directly to Facebook, and I haven't done that in a while. All right, so our first piece of cardstock is 4.25 by 11. And we are going to score it at 5.5. And then we're going to cut off the end at 2 3/4. Okay, just like that. All right, and then when we fold it, we get what I showed you the first time, which is just a little piece like this. And I'm going to grab my bone folder and just press it down. Okay, I really hope that's working. I can't tell. if you can see me or not. So if you can see me, please just comment and let me know. Maybe I can switch over here and see. A little better. Okay, it does look like it's working. I just couldn't see it on the other page. All right, I'm going to continue, and hopefully we'll have 2 lovely cards here very soon. Okay, so here is our card. I'm going to get that other one out of the way. And next we need a piece of basic white, and this is it is 3.5 by 5, and it's scored here in the middle at 2.5. So you're just going to put it in at 2.5 and score it right there. And then we are going to fold this one in half, just like that. I keep putting my bone folder away. I know I'm going to use it again. Okay, I think that's the last time for right now. Okay, so our card is going to go like this. All right. And I am going to glue this part on first. So, actually, I'm not. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to glue this onto here first. Sometimes I change my mind a little bit while I'm working. All right, so we're going to put our little bit of liquid glue all around the edge and a squiggle down the middle. My video has gone out again, so I'm hoping you can still see me. Okay, and we're going to put it down just like this. And I'll try to watch for text messages too. If you guys message me and let me know that you can't see me, I can stop this and try the video a different way. Okay, no, it looks like it's not working on my end either, Kim, and I don't know why. But I am trying to run it differently today than I usually do, so maybe that's the problem. Let's see. All right, I wonder, I don't think I can record it. Okay, since it keeps stopping, I'm gonna try. When you watch the replay, was it any better from last week? If you're not still hearing me, maybe you can't answer that, but all right, I'm gonna try and glue this. I'm not gonna try. I am gonna glue this onto here. And like I said, this is the first time that I've tried to post directly to Facebook. I usually post through Zoom, and I am trying something different, and it could be that maybe it's not gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna glue this down right here, kind of in the center. Okay. And that would be where you're going to write your message. And then on this bottom part, it looked like the video was working there for a minute. We're going to put some liquid glue around the edge and then a squiggle down the middle. I am wondering if this is just not going to work this way. Okay, and then we can glue our piece down here at the bottom. It looks like I may have cut this a little bit wrong here somewhere. I did. I measured wrong, I think. All right. So there is the front of our card. Okay, and I feel like maybe you cannot, maybe you still can't see me. All right, we're gonna put some liquid glue here along each side. I wonder if I should stop the video and try again. Okay, and then we're gonna glue each side like this. Okay, I think we need this bigger circle. Let's see, I don't see any other comments. So I'm going to stop this. No. And if you're watching, can you see the video? If you could just comment real quick, because someone else told me they can't see it and I can't see it on my screen. I'm trying to keep going, but I'm worried. Oh, okay, you can see it. Good. So maybe in the replay it will be there. All right, I'm going to pretend that nothing is wrong, and we're going to go on and on and on. Okay, so here is what we've got so far. And then I have a large circle cut out from the stylish shapes. Now, you might notice all these little shapes here on my desk. I tend to keep a little stash of shapes for emergencies, shape emergencies. And I happen to have one right now because I don't have any more white cardstock. I have thick white cardstock, but not regular cardstock. I've ordered it, but it hasn't come yet. So as I've been designing and working, I've been using all these little shapes up from my stash. Okay, now I put the truck outline on there, and I'm going to stamp it on here in gray, basic gray. All right, so I'm going to ink up my stamp and tap, tap. I feel like I tapped a little too hard there, so I'm going to have to be careful. But it's not quite shiny yet. So anytime you're stamping, once you ink up your stamp, if you turn it over, the ink should make it nice and shiny where it's inked up good. All right, so then we are going to stamp our little truck on here. All right. And I forgot for a second where I put my chamois. I moved all my stuff around again today. I feel like I'm always moving stuff around. But I just keep telling myself that's the sign of a brilliant mind, is the moving around of stuff. That's probably not true, but it does make me feel better about moving everything around all the time. All right, now we're going to stamp the little tires. Okay, so we're going to line up the centers. And once you have those lined up, then the rest of the little tire lines up pretty good. I was a little off on that side, but I'm going to let it go for now. All right. So then I'm going to clean that off. It's funny, I rearranged everything and now I know where nothing is. I keep reaching on the wrong side of me for almost everything. Even though it was only a short while, I moved my supply table to the left. It was evidently enough to throw off my system. Okay, now I have some balmy blue, and I'm going to stamp the inside of my truck with that. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up. Okay, there's my little truck. Okay, I should have stamped this earlier, but I want to stamp a little shadow underneath my truck. And in our Trucking Along stamp set, there's this little image right here with little lines. And that's the one we want. So I'm just going to put it on here, and I'm going to put it on here crooked because I find that makes it easier for me to stamp it straight. I don't know why, but sometimes that's the case with a really skinny stamp, like either really skinny words or a really skinny image. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it just underneath the tires here. And that kind of gives my truck a little pavement to drive on. Or I guess it could be a dirt road, but it looks a little more like pavement to me. Okay, there is our little truck all stamped. And next, I want to stamp, oh, I should leave that open. I'm going to use that basic gray again. And I'm going to stamp this little outline of a tree here, because I think that will match really nice with our little tree paper. Okay, so now I put this on block B, and I'm going to ink it up and put it right in the bed of the truck. Just like that. Oh, I slipped a little, but it turned out okay. I definitely did slip that time though. Okay, I am trying to watch for your comments too. If you have any questions as we're going along and you put them in there, even if I can't see them while we're live, I will come back and answer them. All right, so that was our basic gray. Now we're going to open our old olive. Okay, and this is going to be our next image. And we're going to stamp, this is the inside of the tree. So we're just trying to line up those edges and get it stamped inside there. All right. Okay, and now I want to stamp wishing you a festive Christmas. Trying to decide, shall I put it on? I think I will. All right, I'm going to put it on this little banner, and I'm going to stamp it in balmy blue. Wishing you a festive Christmas. hopefully it'll fit inside this little banner. No, it's not going to. All right, let me see if I'll have a longer one. All right, let's go with that. See, I have a whole envelope here of little dies. So it does not hurt when you're designing to put away. When you're cutting them out, you should cut out a couple extra because it does not hurt to have a couple dies ready to go. All right. And that's crooked. And I don't like it. Okay. So let's see. Should I go with a crooked sentiment? I feel like I shouldn't. All right, I'm going to stamp it again. I'll use this for something else, but I'm going to stamp that sentiment again because I have one more large banner in here. Okay. So this time we got to get it so it's not crooked. Not that anyone would complain if it was a little crooked. I don't think they would. But I do not like to have a crooked sentiment. All right. Let's see. Oh, I think that one's more crooked than the first. No. No, it's better. Okay, we're going to go with that one. See, usually I put my head right over the sentiment, and I can't do that when I'm trying to show you how to stamp it. Because then I noticed one time I did, and then the back, all you could see was the back of my head. You couldn't see me stamping at all. Nobody wants to be staring at the back of your head in general. At least I don't think so. Unless they're your kids and they're looking for those eyes in the back of your head, right? Okay, now I'm going to cut out one more of these banners and I will be right back. My die cutting machine is right behind me. Okay, so now we have a second banner, and what we're going to do is we are going to chop it in half. Okay. Now we can take this second banner, and on the back of our first one, we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue here along the edge and just a little way in. And then on the blue one, we're going to put a little bit right here. Just a little squiggle. Okay. Then we're going to line this up so that it sticks just out the edge. And we can glue those together. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. We're going to put a little liquid glue along the edge, little squiggles, and a little squiggle over here. And then we can just glue that down. Okay, and see how that gives our banner that nice little edge? Isn't that cute? Okay, Now we need to put our circle here on the front, and we're just going to attach this top half. Okay, so we're going to turn it over and grab our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're just going to put them on the top half. Okay, like that. Okay, then we can stick that right on there. And then we'll stick our little banner, and I think we'll make it go a little bit crooked, and then hopefully no one will notice that that its words are a little bit crooked as well as itself. All right, so we're going to put 2 little Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Now you do have to be careful where you're putting these this time, because we don't want to stick that top part all the way down. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to stick our little banner on there. A little bit crooked, and we need some bling, right? We need some little rhinestones. Let's see. Oh, my little pearls got stuck together somehow. I don't know what is going on here. They definitely got stuck together. Okay. So now we need our take your pick tool. And we'll just pick up some of these pretty little pearls. I feel like these little pearls are perfect for Christmas time. Let's put one here on our tree. I know it's not a star, and you wouldn't carry your tree with its star already on, but I do think it looks cute there. Okay, so here is our first card, and it opens like this, and then you can write your message right here. And well, let's pretend this is a gift card. It's mighty small, but you could just stick it right inside there. So I think that makes a really cute gift card. All right, so there is our first card. And now we need a second one. All right. And what we're going to do next is a fun fold too. We have made one before. And I'll show you the card that we're going to copy. So we are going to make a card like this for Christmas. Thank you, Anne. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay, I only half planned it before I logged on because I was so busy trying to rearrange everything. I need to work on my priorities a little bit, obviously. Okay, so next we're going to use this paper, and this is from the same pack, okay? It's called A Walk in the Forest. And I just got it. There is a stamp set that kind of goes with it. It's got a super cute little bear and a bear punch. So if you are looking for that, then you'll find it. It's called Very Cute. And it also goes with these Memories and More Berry Christmas card packs. These are fantastic if you're looking to make a bunch of Christmas cards. So I do have coming up in November a Christmas card. I can't remember what I called it, but like a Christmas card buffet. So you pay one price and you can come and make as many cards as you can out of what I have set up. So I'll prepare all the card bases. I'll have a bunch of die cuts ready, and that's in November. I think it's November 16th. So be watching my email for that if you're interested in coming to make a bunch of cards with me. All right, so we're cutting this at 5.5 by 8.5, and then we are going to score it at 4.25, and then we're going to move it back to, hold on, I have to measure real quick because I didn't get that done. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, okay, so I scored it at 4.5, and then I went to 7.25 the first time. I forgot I put the measurements on a little post-it note right inside my card. That was smart. I don't always think ahead that far. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, so now we're going to fold it in half. And we can press it right here at the fold. And then we're going to fold this front part back. And we're going to press that at the fold. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need a piece of white for the inside. And it's going to measure 2 7/8 by 5.25. Okay, so 2 7/8. And let's see, I'm guessing this is already 5.25. Yeah. Because I also keep in my stash a whole little pack of, these are all basic white and they're all cut 4 by 5.25, because that is the size that I generally put inside the card. And it just makes it a little faster for me to get a card ready. All right, so this piece is going to go inside. And then we're going to cut 2 pieces of this little tree paper. So we're going to have okay, let's see. We're going to start here at 5.25. Okay. And then we're going to turn it to the side. And we're going to cut one piece that's, hold on. I want to make sure I'm doing this right because I feel like I made a mistake the last time. Okay. So I'm okay. All right. So we're going to cut one piece that's 5.25 by 1. So we're going to stop right here at the 1. Like that. And this is going to go over here. And then we're going to cut a second piece that's 2 3/4 by 5.25. So we're going to go to 2 3/4. Okay, and this piece is actually going to go on this side like that. And next, I have a piece of vellum that I've embossed using one of the, thank you, Janelle. The 3D Basics embossing folders. Okay, and this is how it looks like. That doesn't seem like it's not, I said that right. But this is what it looks like when you use it on vellum. Let's see, in comparison to, we used it on our sample card here. So this is what it looks like on regular cardstock, and then this is kind of how it turns out on vellum. So we're going to take this piece of vellum and we're going to cut it. It's already 4 by 5 1/4, but we're going to cut this piece down to 1 inch. Okay. So then this is going to go right here. So let's start gluing a few of these pieces together just so they're not floating around. Okay. And if you're signed up for my email, you'll get all these measurements as soon as I can get the email together and get them all out to you. I always try to do that by the following Wednesday, but some weeks it's definitely more difficult than others. Okay, and this piece that's a little bit bigger is going to be the one that goes on the outside. Okay. Our vellum piece is going to go right here. And for that, we're going to use some Stampin' Seal. Okay, now if you haven't used Stampin' Seal before, because I use liquid glue probably 90% of the time. But Stampin' Seal works good for vellum because it doesn't show through quite as much. But there is a little bit of a trick to it. So when I use it, I try to make sure it's as level as possible with the table. And when I run it along, I always go from left to right. Now, if you have good luck doing it some other way, you should do it that way. But this is what I found works for me. So I start at the left, I run it to the right, and I tip it back before I pick it up. Now, if I don't do that, it either pulls and goes back inside so that it doesn't grab right away the next time, or it gets wound up. So I always start at the left, go to the right, and if I have to, I will turn my whole piece of paper so that I always go left to right. So if I was going this way, I would go that way. I would turn it every time. I just feel like once you find a process that really works for you, that's what you have to stick with. So, and I'm probably kind of funny because I'm not just that way with glue. It's like if I find a way to cut the paper so that it's pretty much the same every time, or to get the little sticky gems off I use my take your pick tool almost all the time now for that. Okay, now you can see this a little bit through there, but I think a lot less than you would see if it was the liquid glue. All right, so this is our little 1 inch strip, and we're going to put this, I probably should have just glued it in the middle, but it was kind of curvy. All right, so we're going to do a little glue around the edge, a little squiggle down the middle, because this is like a little skinny piece. It's not very big at all. And anytime I'm working with glue, like any kind of glue, I don't want to get super sticky. So I'm always looking for a way not to be sticky and not to be wasteful with my adhesive. Okay, so there is the outside of our card. And then on the inside, let's see. I'm trying to think what I wanted to stamp on the inside, and I don't have what I want yet. So I think I'm gonna wait, and I'm just gonna put this together. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave my inside blank for now. I'm gonna know that this goes in there, but I really want to leave it blank. Okay. And for the front of our card, I'm going back to my little stash again. Let's see. Okay, I don't have a shape that's the size I want it to be. So what I am going to do is I'm going to cut out a circle that's larger than this, that is Pretty Peacock. Okay, so if I get out my Stylish Shapes dies, I can find a circle that's bigger. See, by matching them up. And then I've got some little pieces of scrap in here. Oh, that one's a little too small. I know, it would be nice if they had special vellum glue. Sometimes I do use mini glue dots, and those aren't too bad. I generally try to cover up whatever I can see with some kind of little gem or sparkly bits. Maybe a ribbon or a bow. There, I think that'll look okay behind there. All right, and then on this circle, and this is the Ring with Nature stamp set, because I just wanted a Merry Christmas, and there is a nice one on here. Oh, and it's going to be too long. Oh, of course, it's going to be too long. All right, so what we'll do is change up our plan. We can do that, right? We're crafty people, and we can adjust. Okay, so I have my Pretty Peacock ink here, and I'm going to stamp on. I feel like this one's a little bit too wide, so let's make it just a smidge smaller. And I love Stampin' Up's trimmer for this. I feel like I have tried before to get a small piece of paper with other trimmers, and I've really struggled. But if I hold this part down, I found I can cut pretty small pieces off without my paper scooting around. Oh, did you see that little dog hair snuck up there? I feel like there's little dog hairs everywhere around here. No matter how many times I vacuum, how many times I sweep, they're always here. I really want to get one of those robot vacuums, but I feel like it would be working so hard all the time. All right, So now we're going to put our Merry Christmas on there in Pretty Peacock. All right. Just like that. I love Pretty Peacock. I don't know. It might be my current favorite color. I also love Misty Moonlight and pretty much every shade of blue. But this Pretty Peacock is so nice. And I never would have thought of it really for a Christmas color. But once I got this paper with all that Christmas in it, it's a great fall color, and it really is a great Christmas color too. All right. I'm kind of using a lot of different products tonight, not all the same stuff. So hopefully you guys can use whatever you have and copy these designs to make some really wonderful things. All right, so let's cut it here. I'm going to cut it at 3 1/8. I know 8s are kind of odd measurements, but it seems like that is the perfect size to me. All right, so there we have that, and then I wanted to cut from one of these Pretty Peacocks, and I cannot find my piece of old olive. I just had it sitting here. I don't know where it went. All right. But here's one right here. All right, and now here in the Zany Zoo Dies, I know I'm kind of flip-flopping around a lot tonight. There is the cutest little trees. Okay. I guess I should have said there are the cutest little trees. So I wanted to cut 2 of one color and 1 of the other. So that will take me just a second, and I will be right back. Okay, I don't know how much you guys do with dies, but in a lot of the sets, there are different shapes that you can use for all kinds of things. So it's not just, the pieces aren't just for cutting out the stamped images, but like in this one, there's also a little stool, and there's 2 little trees, and there's little clouds and balloons and a little jar and some flowers, and these super cute little teeny flowers that you could put in that jar. So when you're looking at dies, keep in mind the other things that you could use those dies for. The shapes dies are really just shapes. But those other ones have a lot of really cute stuff in them. I use the Give It a Whirl dies all the time because they're so stinging cute. There's hearts in there. There's little clouds. So many good shapes. Okay, now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back here of our sentiment. I really am so glad that the camera was working and I didn't have to start over. It really looked like I was going to have to start over tonight. Okay, and there's our little sentiment. And I just noticed these trees are different sizes too. There's one that's a little bit taller than the other ones. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a mini glue dot on this one. And I'm just going to use the pokey end of my Take Your Pick tool this time. And I'm going to stick it right on the back. Okay, so this one is going to be flat on there. And this one is another little one, and that's going to be flat. This time I'm just going to stick it right to the back. Sometimes I don't want to use my pokey tool if I don't have to. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's not. So it just depends. Okay. Here's our other little tree. You almost can't really see that one because it kind of blends in. And then this one, we're going to put a little mini dimensional on. I wonder if we need two. And then I'll cut another little piece to put up near the top, I guess. Oh, there's another one cut already. Okay, so let's put that up at the top. Oh, and I just had another thought. Okay. All right, so there's our little trees. And we're going to stick those right on the front. So I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals right here on the middle of that stylish shape. Okay, and that's going to go, let's see, I think I got to move it just a little to the left. As long as my Stampin' Dimensionals don't stick to anything. Okay, and now I had a little idea for the inside. Remember how I was not going to put anything on there because I did not want to stamp anything. I'm going to put a couple of these little trees on there. So let me cut just a couple more out and I will be right back. Okay. Sorry, that took a little extra second because one of my dies tried to get away. Oh. And one of my trees, too. Cannot have escaping trees. Okay, so now here's that piece that I put aside for the inside, right? Yep. All right, so we're going to glue that down first. Let me scoot that out of the way. So we're going to use our liquid glue and we're going to do a thin line around the edge and then squiggle down the middle. And I forgot to leave a little space for my fingers that time. So you may want to leave a little space for your fingers when you are squiggling around your glue. Just makes it easier to pick your piece up and turn it over and get it in its place. All right, so now we're going to center that just like that. And then we can grab our mini glue dots I'm going to stick them right in the middle of my little trees. Hopefully. Okay, and there's one here. And we'll put one on this side. And I think that's perfect for the inside. Now, you could do more little trees if you wanted to. You could put them in the corners. You could use a tree stamp if you have it. Any of those things would be super cute. So now on the front of my card, I am going to add some sparkly stuff. So first, I'm going to use some Wink of Stella here on my little Christmas trees. So I'm not going to color the whole tree, but these trees have little wavy lines in them to give them some definition. So I'm just going to color along the and kind of along the edges of my little trees to give them some sparkle. And I know that Week of Stella was back in stock for a little while. I don't know if it is right now or not, but this is one of my favorite ways to add some sparkle to a card without it being overpowering. Okay, so here we're just going along the edges of our little trees and along the little lines inside. Okay. And then, of course, I am going to add a few sparkly gems. I'm going to go with the iridescent rhinestones this time. We do have a lot of pretty gems to choose from. So your card should never have to be without gems if you want it to have some. I'm kind of going a little overboard with the gems tonight. Sometimes I like a lot of gems and sometimes I only go for just, it kind of depends on, I guess it probably depends on who I'm sending the card to. But since I don't have any plans to send this one out yet, I'm adding extra sparkle. So whoever I send it to will get a little extra. Okay, so here is, oh, you did order it? It's so pretty. I love that Wink of Stella. Okay, so here is our, and you could put a little sparkles on the inside too. So there is our card for tonight, our second card. our first card, uh-oh, I covered it up a little bit, look like this. And it's a gift card holder, so you can put your gift card right in there. So tonight it turned out to be a Christmas class, I suppose. Thank you for joining me stamping tonight. And if you would like to sign up for my email list, then you can click the blue link that says sign up on my page. If you're watching later on YouTube, there's a link in the description. So just sign up for my email, and then I will send you all the measurements and the list of things that you'll need to make these 2 cards. I'll see you next week, everyone. Happy stamping!